Welcome to this 25-minute balance building yoga sequence. We'll have kneeling and standing postures as well as transitions that will help boost the way you hold yourself up. In a seated position of your choice, begin to slow down the way you breathe and then set your intention for today, the intention of boosting your balance. Let's begin with some shoulder rolls. Let's roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And as we do this, we just get rid of any kinks or tightness that we tend to hold in the shoulders and in the neck area. Forward, up, back, and down. And let's take it to the other side. Back, up, forward, and down. And you'll notice there's a little bit of a swaying forward as you take the shoulders forward and back. Now we reach our hands away from the body, fingertips on the ground. We get really long in the spine, and then we take the arms overhead and feel the space on the right and left sides of the body. Left hand lowers. Keep reaching up with the right arm, and then you lean to your left side. Come upright and lower the right arm. Once more, the arms rise. Now right hand lowers, reach up with the left arm, and then lean to the right side. Come back up, lower the left arm. As you inhale, arms reach up. Then twist to the left, right hand rests on the left knee. Untwist, the arms reach up. And we twist to your right, left hand to your right knee. We pause here a brief moment before we unwind the spine. Let's reach the arms up, untwist. And then we set the hands down in front of us. And then we'll alternate arching and rounding the spine. So think of it as a cat and cow variation with the legs crossed and the hands on the ground. We walk the hands forward and then deepen the fold at the creases of your hips. And then come up onto all fours and arrange yourself in the middle of your mat. Let's take the hips side to side. And let's reach the right leg back, the right ball of the foot on the ground, and then shift forward and back. Shift forward and back. Shift forward and back. Forward. Pause here. Now lift your left arm forward, lift the right foot off the floor, and continue the shifting forward and back. You have just 2 points on the ground, so you'll need to pull the navel in to stay engaged in the core. Left hand lowers, open up into baby half moon pose, right arm up. Then we'll bend the right arm and the right knee, and then re-extend arm and knee. Elbow and knee press toward one another. Re-straighten, pull in, re-straighten, and one more. Pull elbow and knee in, step the right foot forward, lower the hips, and then shift hips back. Lower the hips, then lift up and back. Lower, lift, up and back. Shift hips forward, shift them back. Shift forward, curl your left toes under, lift the left knee, and then continue to shift forward and back. So you're a little higher off the ground, but it's still the same rocking motion of coming forward and back. Lower the left knee, the right knee next to the left. And then we'll do a modified vinyasa. Lower down in slow motion, the thighs, the belly, the chest, the head. Then you curl up in low cobra and then lower down slowly. Peel chest off the ground, and then lower back down. Once more, arch through the upper body, lower down, curl up, press up to all fours. We take the second side. Reach the left leg back and shift the weight forward and back. Push yourself forward and then lean back. Push forward, lean back. And you get used to this rocking motion. Lift the left leg, lift the right arm, and then continue the rocking motion. Now, if this is too much for you, if it challenges the balance a little too much, then lower the left foot and continue rocking forward and back. Lower the right hand, open up baby half moon pose, a brief pause, then bend left elbow, left knee, and then re-straighten. Bend and re-straighten. And notice here, there's still that rocking forward and backward motion. Pull in and reach out. Pause here. Baby half moon pose. Step the left foot forward and then shift hips back. So rebend front leg, work towards straight, rebend, straighten or work towards straight. Shift forward and back. You lift the right knee and continue shifting hips forward and back. You're higher off the ground here, either on flat hands or fingertips. Lower the right knee, bring the left knee close to right, modified vinyasa, slowly come down. Peel chest off the floor, lift the feet off the floor as well. So that's an add-on here. Lift off chest, lift off feet. Come down. Lift off. Come down. Lift. Press up to all fours. Come to tabletop. Then raise the hips. Come into downward facing dog where you'll bend and straighten your legs alternately. Bend and straighten left leg, right leg. You can even press the tops of the feet into the mat. Lift the heels. We'll step the feet forward. Keep the legs bent. Move slowly through chair all the way up to standing position. Hands together, then hands to heart. Bend the knees, sweep the arms forward, and then rise up, lift the right knee up. Come back to bent knees, then lift the left knee up. Join the arms, sweep arms back, knees bent, then lift right knee. Sweep arms back, bend knees, lift up left knee. Bend knees, sweep arms back, lift up the right leg. Pause. And then move your way into tree pose. Right foot against left inner thigh, or lower down the left inner leg, or even the ball of the right foot on the ground, wherever you feel most balanced. Your version of tree pose here. You hold the position, but not the breath. The breath continues. Now bend the elbows, align them with the shoulders, lower the right foot, and reach the left leg back. Brief balance position before lowering the ball of the foot, coming to crescent variation. Now we lean forward once more. Lift the left foot and lift the left knee up before settling back into bent knees. Lift the right knee and reach the right leg back. Lower into crescent legs, elbows bent, then reach the elbows further back. And then sweep the arms forward and up. As you prepare for warrior two, reach the right arm up and then the left. And just get space in the left and the right side of the body. Reach right arm up, reach left arm up. And then we'll settle into warrior two. Reach the arms in opposite directions. Now you can deepen the bend of your left leg if you wish, or even back off, depending then on how comfortable you feel in this warrior two position. Keep the breath full and steady as you gaze at just one point ahead of you. We take a full inhale here. Let's lean forward, bring the left forearm to the thigh and reach the right arm overhead, or even at a diagonal. You can gaze upward or downward, or if you like, you don't even have to stay static. You can turn the head and look up, turn the head and look downward, and then just shift gaze. So whatever makes you feel fluid in this posture. So reach a little more, lower the right hand and then the left. You'll step the left foot back, you'll come into plank, then you'll shift the weight right and left. And just play with this idea of bringing the weight right and left, and then play with the idea of bringing the weight forward and back. You'll reach forward and back, lower the knees, and then slowly lower all the way down to belly, to chest, to head. And you'll curl up in low cobra. Press back up, curl the toes under, come into downward facing dog. You have a comfortable stance in between the feet. And remember, the breath stays long and steady and full. Try not to rush. Life is rushed enough. And feel the fullness as you inhale. Exhale. We bend the legs, we look forward, and we step little steps forward. We'll move through chair. Legs bend, arms sweep up. Lift the left knee, and we'll take it into tree pose on this side. Now, each side is different. Maybe one side you feel more stable, the other a little more wobbly. So you choose the foot placement that makes you feel balanced. Bring the left foot down, lift the right heel, and reach the right leg back. A little pause for balance. Lower the right ball of the foot down, bend the elbows, cactus arms in crescent pose. Then you lean forward, bring the right foot forward, lift the left heel, and reach the left leg back. Crescent pose, elbows will reach further back, and then you'll come into warrior two on this side. You'll reach the right arm upward, and then reach the left arm upward. And get right side long, get the left side long. Notice that the movements are a little bigger on this side as they were on the first side. And we'll settle into warrior two. Both feet firm down and both arms reach out. Static in this pose, but very dynamic in your breath. Let's lean forward, the right forearm to the thigh and left arm will reach upward or at a diagonal forward. And once more, choose where you look based on how your neck feels. On this side, you might choose to remain static, or you might turn the head left and right. The left hand lowers, the right hand lowers as well. The right foot steps back, and then once more you'll shift the weight right side and left, and play with shifting the weight forward and back, lean forward and back, hinge forward, lower your knees, and then slowly lower all the way down. You'll lift up into low cobra for your inhale. And then you'll exhale to downward facing dog. You'll press the balls of the feet down into the mat as your hips reach high up and back. Your hands press down firmly as your belly pulls in. Bend your legs, lower the knees to the ground, and sit on your heels as we take child's pose. It's nice to take a break in child's pose, even if you're not totally exhausted from the practice. It's a good chance to get your weight off of your hands, so wiggle your fingers if you like, open and close your hands. Then we gaze forward. We'll come up onto all fours. Now straighten the right leg behind you, turn the left foot away from center, then reach the right arm and right leg upward. If you're unfamiliar with baby half moon pose, this posture here, you might feel wobbly in the beginning, and that's perfectly normal. So just play with shifting the hips forward and back until you find the sweet spot, until you can stay in the posture. But continue to keep breathing. And that's most important than holding the posture. And some common things we see in postures like this is holding the leg limp and the arm limp as well. Let's bring life into this posture by reaching the right leg back and the right arm up. And instead of dumping the weight on left shoulder and bending the left arm passively, press down into the left hand so that you're pressing down to reach out. We'll come onto all fours. We'll take the second side. Right hand slightly forward. Straighten the left leg. The right foot turns away from center. Left arm lifts, and so does the left leg for baby half moon pose on this side. And to find your balance, it's a matter of shifting the hips back and forward, sometimes even shifting your bottom hand until you find stability. Once more, I'll point out, please don't dump the weight into the right shoulder or keep the lifted leg and arm limp. Breathe life into this posture. There's a reaching up and out sensation, as well as a pressing down to the bottom hand. The left hand lowers, so does the left knee. Downward facing dog from here. We bring some brief stillness into this flow. And then we bend the legs and we look forward. We walk forward. Bend in the knees, sweep the arms forward and up for chair pose. And then cactus arms, bend the elbows. Lift the right leg and reach the leg back. Pause. Lower the right foot. It's crescent lower body, but cactus arms. Then we straighten the arms overhead, straighten the front leg. Lean forward. We lower the left hand to the shin or ankle or ground or block. We'll gaze upward if that's comfortable for the neck, or look down if that's more comfortable. And instead of bringing weight to left shoulder, press down through left hand and you reach up with the right arm. So you're buoyant in this posture. Gaze is steady, so is the breath. Reach up through right fingertips, gaze down, bend your left leg, and then take the left hand forward as you lift the back leg. Half moon pose. You'll shift the hips forward and back until you find the sweet spot. And this shifting forward and back is not new to us. We've been doing this all throughout this flow. And keep looking at that one spot. If at some point you wobble or lose the posture, then just take a breath and come back to the pose. Bend the left leg, lower the right foot. We'll step into plank pose. The left foot steps back. Let's lower the knees, lower all the way down. We'll rise up in a low cobra. And straighten the arms and press up into downward facing dog. come back home to downward facing dog. Let's use this moment to reset. Then we bend the legs and look forward, step the feet forward. We'll sweep the arms forward and up, chair pose. Stand briefly, then come to chair pose, legs and cactus arms. Let's reach the left leg back, and it's an energetic reach, not a limp lift, but reach it like you mean it. And lower the left ball of the foot and turn to face your left. Straighten the front leg, the arms reach up. Let's lean forward. This is preparation for triangle pose. Slowly lower your right hand down to ankle or block or ground, wherever it is your hand comfortably reaches. And again, I'll point out, instead of dumping the weight on right shoulder, press down through right hand to lift up. That way both arms are long, the spine is long, the chest is wide open. And this triangle pose is alive, it's dynamic. We'll bend the right leg, the right hand moves forward as the back leg lifts. And it's a matter of shifting the hips forward and back until you find your balance. I could have sworn I felt the shifting of the hips back and forward here, but it doesn't seem to show. Anyway, you'll find your balance either way. Bend the standing leg as you lower the lifted leg. Press into plank pose. Lower your knees, lower all the way down, gently and slowly. Let's curl up, low cobra. And press the hands flat to lift up into downward facing dog. We give ourselves a few breaths in this posture. Even this posture, downward facing dog, is a posture of balance because you're equally pressing down through the feet as you are with the hands. So create that balance here. Bend the legs and look forward and walk toward your hands. Take a seat. Let's roll out the shoulders, sit up tall, and place the soles of your feet on the mat. Inhale, hands behind the thighs, and then exhale, lean back. Inhale, come back up. As you exhale, lean maybe further back, maybe even release the hands from the backs of the thighs. Come back up. Lean back. And then you lean back all the way down, whether holding on to sides of the mat or the backs of the thighs. Come all the way to lie down on your mat. And this is the best part. We'll prepare for our final posture. If you have a ponytail, you can slip the holder off so you can lie down flat on your mat. And here is where we reap all the benefits of our balance work. And now here the practice of balance is ending with rest. The work is done and all you need to do is relax. Take 5 or 10 minutes in this position before coming back up and enjoying the rest of your day or evening. Thank you for joining me in Flow Motion, and I hope to catch you the next time around. Bye.